They have very strong challenges. First is growth. The second is to adapt to an environment which is quite uncertain. And then finally to mend the reputational damage that the industry has suffered during the crisis. And this is tremendous.
The key point of the repair process, the reform process, to re-establish a functioning and stable integrated market.
You want to end up in a system where there's not only common supervision and a common resolution authority, but essentially a common deposit insurance system. So if you think about the problem that Europe had, it's this sort of sometimes called the doom loop between the sovereign debt problems and the banking problem. They're taking the right steps, but I think as a political thing, it's going to take some time until the political system is sufficiently reassured that the single supervisory mechanism is going to be robust enough that we can really trust that, when we're underwriting, again, the Italian or the French banks, that there's going to be sort of robust enough supervision that it's really going to be at the ECB level and not at the, it's not going to be the same old people kind of wearing a different hat.
The best way in which regulators and supervisory authorities can support a safe environment, an efficient contribution of the banking sector to growth and employment is by making banks safer, I think.
All the new regulations, the banking union specifically in Europe, should be supportive of a landscape that is less prone to systemic risk manifesting itself. And I'm quite confident that this will be achieved in the next, say, 3-4 years.
We have to get rid of bad assets. We have to report the bad assets that we have as a loss to start from scratch. And these banks are starting to do that.
Very few people understand well what the banks are doing and what the banking services are. Part of the problem comes from the lack of education. We should do something to foster the financial education, even in secondary schools. I think banks should play an active role in developing this kind of education.
The strengthening of the banking sector is actually a precondition, in my view, to re-establish banks which are able to support growth in the real economy.